So let's talk about AI. It's here, and it's changing how we all work, and it's happening fast. Now, if that idea makes you feel even a little bit nervous, you're in exactly the right place. Because today we are going to cut right through all that noise and give you a super clear, simple roadmap. This isn't about turning you into a coder or a data scientist. Nope. It's about helping you get smarter, faster, and honestly, more valuable at whatever it is you do. It really is all about learning how to ride this huge wave instead of trying to fight it. And let's kick things off with a quote from our source that just frames this choice perfectly.
I mean, this quote from the source material just hits the nail on the head, right? This isn't some prediction about the distant future. This is a choice that every single one of us is facing, like, right now. You can either stand on the shore and try to fight this massive wave, or you can grab a board and learn how to surf it. And that one simple idea, becoming a rider, that's what we're going to break down for you today.
So that brings us right to our first section. It really is that simple. Are you going to fight it, or are you going to ride it? The choice you make here, well, it's probably going to define the next chapter of your entire career. And that's because the fundamental deal, the agreement between you and your employer, is being totally rewritten as we speak.
Yeah, this slide really shows you the massive shift we're all in. The old contract, it was pretty straightforward, right? You went to school once, you got a job, maybe you stayed there for 40 years, and then you retired. Super stable, super predictable. But the new contract, it's a whole different game. It's a constant loop. You're always learning, you're focusing on the creative, the strategic, the human parts of your job, and you're letting AI handle all the boring, repetitive stuff. This isn't about your job vanishing. It's about finally handing off the grunt work to your new AI assistant.
Okay, so if you're going to ride this wave, you got to speak a little of the language. But don't worry, we are not talking about learning the code. We're just going to demystify the 3 key terms that you absolutely need to know, and we'll do it in plain, simple English.
All right, first up, AI itself. Forget all the sci-fi stuff with killer robots. Just think of AI as software that's gotten really, really good at spotting patterns and then making an educated guess. The perfect example? It's probably sitting in your inbox right now. When Gmail suggests how to finish your sentence, yep, that's AI in action. It's really that simple.
Next up is the one you've probably been hearing everywhere. LLM, which stands for Large Language Model. The easiest way to think about it is to imagine a computer program that has basically speed-read the entire public internet. Every book, every article, every website. Now, it doesn't understand it like we do, but it's learned the patterns of language so well that it can finish your paragraphs or even write whole essays from scratch. This is the engine that powers tools like ChatGPT and Gemini.
And that brings us to what might be the most important word for your career right now: augmentation. This isn't about AI replacing you, not at all. It's about AI working for you. You are still in the driver's seat, you are 100% in control, but now you've got this incredibly powerful assistant to handle the tedious stuff. It's a partnership, and that partnership is the key to your future.
Okay, now that we've got the language down, let's get practical. How do you actually start using this stuff? We're going to walk you through a really simple 5-step roadmap from our source material that anyone, and I mean anyone, in any job can start using today.
So here it is. It's so straightforward. First, you just identify the most annoying, tedious parts of your week. Second, you find a simple AI tool that requires 0 coding. Third, and this is key, you run one tiny little experiment. Fourth, you start saving what works, building your own personal playbook. And fifth, you show your manager what you did. It's just a simple loop of trying things out and learning as you go. So let's zoom in on step 2 for a second, because finding the right tool is where the magic really begins.
So what does this actually look like? Well, if you hate answering the same questions in emails over and over and over again, there's a tool for that. Are you tired of trying to summarize a 50-page report? Guess what? There's a tool for that. Need to resize a bunch of photos for a presentation? There's a tool for that too. A lot of these are free or have free versions, and they're all designed for total beginners. The barrier to getting started is practically 0.
Let's look at a real-world example, okay? Meet Maria. Maria is a grocery store clerk, not a programmer, not a tech wizard. Every single night, she had to manually copy and paste sales numbers into an Excel report. It was a tedious process that took her almost an hour. So she used ChatGPT to write a tiny piece of code for her, a macro. She didn't write the code herself. She just wrote a simple sentence asking the AI to do it for her.
And the result? It's incredible. She now presses just one button instead of 30, and she saves 45 minutes every single night. That's the power of one tiny little experiment. It's not about redesigning the entire company. It's just about solving your own small, boring problems. And that, right there, is how the revolution starts.
Maria's story is the perfect example of how this all begins, with just one person solving one problem. But here's the really important part. When everyone in a company starts doing this, you're not just saving a few minutes here and there. You are planting the seeds for a massive, company-wide transformation.
And what's so amazing is that the logic you use to, say, automate an email summary, it's the exact same logic that the experts use to solve much, much bigger puzzles for the whole enterprise. So you're not just saving yourself time, you're actually learning these foundational skills that are becoming incredibly valuable.
And this slide gives you just a little peek at those bigger puzzles. For instance, companies are now using AI to map out personalized career paths for every single employee. That's dynamic career pathing. Or they can analyze data to predict who might be thinking about leaving their job so they can step in and help. That's predictive attrition. All these complex, powerful solutions, they're built on the exact same principle you learn in your very first experiment, just using patterns to make smarter decisions.
This all brings us to what I think is the most empowering idea of all. You see, as AI gets better and better at the routine stuff, the uniquely human parts of our jobs become more valuable than ever before. So, how do you become AI-proof? Well, you double down on the skills that a machine just can't copy.
Just think about it for a second. An AI can solve a problem you give it, but it can't figure out which problems are worth solving in the first place. That's creative problem framing. It can't build real, genuine trust with a client. It can't navigate a delicate negotiation or make a tough ethical judgment call. And critically, it can't do that final last-mile check for quality and context. These are the skills that are skyrocketing in value. They are your new job security.
So here is the absolute best way to think about all this. AI is not some monster coming for your job. Just think of it as the most eager, helpful intern you could ever imagine. It's ready to go 24/7, it never gets tired, and its only job is to do exactly what you tell it to do. It's a tool, and it's just waiting for your direction. And so, we're going to leave you with this thought. Your new intern is here. It's ready to go. It can summarize your meetings. It can draft your emails. It can analyze your data. It can handle all the most boring parts of your day. You have the roadmap. The choice isn't about fighting the wave anymore. The only real question left is, what is the very first task you're going to give it?